Welcome back to another review by Projects. I'm Psycho, and in this part I'm going to be reviewing Need for Speed Underground. Need for Speed Underground is a racing game published by EA Games and released by EA Games Black Box. It's actually the 7th part in the series. It all started with the Need for Speed as the first part, which was released quite some time ago, if I'm not mistaken, and probably the Need for Speed series got to the top of its game with Underground and Underground 2. In the game, there isn't really much of a story except for meeting some people, racing your rivals, and getting to the top to be the best and defeat Eddie and his guys that work for him. You meet a few people in the game that help you throughout the game by giving you new parts, giving you some hints, being your rivals throughout the game, and pretty much helping you to be the best in the end. The game is quite linear because it doesn't feature any open world exploring or anything, so you can't really skip the parts and the races. The races are linear, one by one, and there are, I think, about 250 races throughout the whole game. But the gameplay itself is really great. EA Games has improved it since the previous Need for Speeds, and I think that's the reason why Underground was one of the more popular games in the series when it was released. They upgraded some of the features into Underground 2, but we're gonna get to that later in the Underground 2 review video. In the gameplay itself, the game itself features loads of cars and customization that can be unlocked throughout the game. Some of the customizations can only be unlocked by completing certain events. So if you just go for the story itself, I don't think you unlock everything throughout the game. The graphics have been upgraded since the previous Need for Speeds. They can kind of be on the same level as some of today's racing games if they upgraded them a bit, but all in all they are really good. The details on the cars are really great. They focused a lot of their attention on those details, but kind of forgot about the world around. So the graphics are kind of focused on the cars which you race with and your car, but not so much on the environment itself. Because of the year it was released, the game pretty much works on older and newer computers, especially on newer ones. You'd have to have a really old computer for Underground not to work, so the specifications shouldn't be a problem for today's times and today's computers. So in my opinion, the game itself is really great. EA Games really did outdo themselves with the release of the Underground series. The details on the cars are great. The game itself, the gameplay, has been really upgraded since the previous parts, and it is really a game worth playing. It's probably one of my favorite racing games. I think my absolute favorite is still Underground 2 because of the open world environment and everything that you could explore there. But Underground is on pretty much on the same level as Underground 2. So yeah, if you guys haven't played it yet, I highly suggest it to all of you. It's a great racing game with loads of cars, loads of customization, about 200 different tracks and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment on the videos, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.